we had an interesting game last week with Giannis and the Bucks, and he got a triple double, and then he got his triple double taken away because he didn't shoot with intent at the opposing ring's hoop, and he didn't get his triple double. And I don't know about you. I don't know if you remember. I wasn't that long ago. I was watching old, archives of YouTube footages of games and stuff, and I came across the Ricky Davis triple double. Yeah, in Cleveland when it was back then when LeBron was maybe like rookie LeBron or something like that. And he went and shot at the opposition's ring, I think, and tried to secure himself an extra rebound to get himself a triple double, and everyone sort of really got on his back for that. And I guess I'm curious, what do you think about players that go out there and try and get stats? And then I guess maybe we're going to touch upon clearly one of our favorite guys, Russell Westbrook. He's been for many years, in his prime days where he was really sort of talked about as a stat patter, and he got his 10 boards. His teammates would let him grab those boards so he could get his 10 boards, get his average, his triple double. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just curious. What do you reckon of what happened to Giannis and those sort of players?
So you could make a case and say his intent was pretty decent. Like he actually took a shot at the opposing field goal, and it fell short. Look, clearly a deliberate intent. So I think it's interesting. I wonder if they go back and really like from what I can gather, the Jaren Jackson Jr. block scandal that came out. There are statisticians that do the on-site evaluation. Then there's people who review it post game just to clarify that all that information adds up. So there's a lot of work that goes into making sure stats are valid.
Of course.
In terms of the intent of stat padding, though, I mean, look, betting lines become a really big thing, right? So, Giannis for a triple double, maybe he does that. Your own career accolades, it's just when you're one rebound away, it's like, why not just chuck one up just to grab it? Um, I think, I think in that circumstance, it's one. It's one when he's right away from it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when you get to the checkout and someone says, "Hey, like if you just buy one more item, you're going to get like 10% off." Right? So then you weren't going with the intent to get that bargain, but now that you're there and you're right away from getting it, you might as well just go and grab that extra rebound to get the 10% off. So if that analogy makes sense, I think that's what Giannis was thinking. I don't think we see stat padding like that very frequently. Um, and then it probably brings up a bigger question that was kicking around in my head of, what does constitute an assist and a rebound? I think there's a little bit of confusion over those things. So, for example, I know that if I tap the ball to you, is it your rebound or is it my rebound? Is it a team control rebound that's designated? When an assist is given, how many dribbles or steps are allowed for that to be facilitated as an assist? Or is there a time window that's kind of given to that? I think we've moved away from the transparency of what an assist actually is. Sometimes you'll look at the box score and you'll see an assist was given on a pass where that person took two dribbles and then a step side away to a shot, and you make a case and say, did that teammate really set them up for a shot? For my interpretation, it should be a catch that leads into two steps or should lead into a set shot. That's my interpretation. But I feel like I've lost sight of what you originally asked.
I think with the stats though, you're right that there's still a little bit of gray area there. When Westbrook was getting all those triple doubles, I think there was a bit of a observation that at home, when he was playing at home, he seemed to really get that little, maybe that extra assist or two, off that pass that the player might take a few dribbles and into a jump shot. And, did he really set him up or not? I guess that's the question. I think technically, if you make a controlled play where you tap the ball to a player, I believe you are credited with the rebound. I don't know, maybe one of our 100 subscriber viewers now can maybe share with us if that's not the case. Perhaps I don't know. We want to do some googling later, but I believe that's the case. If there's an intent that this is intentional tap that controlled to another player, then that player obviously gets that rebound. But look, I guess you're going back to your grocery analogy here. So you're saying it's okay to just grab that extra special at the checkout. Is that what you're saying? So no harm, no foul for Giannis, but he just needed to do it with a bit more intent, hey?
Oh, I don't think they would have ever given it to him because he could have, I thought about it. It's like, how could he have missed that to get the rebound credibly? So he
Layup
could have like
into
airballed the shot.
into
He
the
could have
ring.
airballed the shot or really hard, like a really hard layup. But you know what? Maybe he was doing it as a joke to see what would happen. Maybe he doesn't really, I mean, he doesn't strike me as the kind of person that's going to care that he can get the triple double. I think maybe he just did it as oh, let's see if they reward this or not. You know, I think because obviously it would open up the precedence of defensive rebounders kind of like grabbing the ball and then throwing it off their own hoop as like a weird psych up, like when like everyone evacuates on the defensive board and it's like I've grabbed it, I'm just going to throw it off the backboard to catch it again and pass it to one of my teammates for an extra rebound, like things like that.
Yeah, that could be a whole other can of worms, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yo, this is Two Guys with Spare Time. I'm Faz, this is Nick. You're probably a basketball fan like us, so hopefully you can throw us an assist and giving our video a like and subscribing to our channel.
And if you got thoughts, feelings, or even some suggestions, please put them down in the comment section below. And thank you for using your spare time to watch us in our spare time.